motorbike. I'm gonna put the engine in the Reliant. Bad news, and it wouldn't start. I swallowed way too much fuel than I wanted to then. Best air in a can. 11 quid. I've just bought some air for £11. It's definitely not loosening up or tightening. I actually think that spark plug's stuck in the head. Hello everybody, sorry if the lighting is a bit rubbish. It is late at night and I am in the BMW. So, yeah, we're on the way to pick up a motorbike. I don't even have a bike license. Literally, I got the Reliant 2 days ago, I reckon. Yesterday? Yeah, I got the Reliant yesterday, right? And we did a lot of videos yesterday, hence why obviously there's a few videos. I did 3 videos in that one day. So it's not took me long to, although it's been like, this is the 4th video, although it's, you know, it's been the 4th video, it's not took me long, it's the next day. Last night I was like, how easy would it be to do a bike engine? Like, and I looked and it is doable. Like, I think it's doable on my driveway. I honestly think it is. If I just get a running bike with everything, all I have to do is just find a way how to bolt it up, you know, to the Reliant, and then find a way how to bolt the engine to the, you know, to the diff, which I don't think is going to be that difficult. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do it. I think I'll be able to do this myself. So I was like, you know what, f it. Everyone's loving the Reliant on Instagram. Everyone's loving it in the comments. Let's do something crazy. So I've been searching on Facebook all last night and most of today. Well, I've just been replying to people today, to be fair. Long story short, I've just drove to Bolton. And I've just rented out a bike trailer. It's on the back of the X5 now, so it's like 25 quid a day to rent a trailer. I was like, mate, that's sick. So I've literally just finished working. I've got to pick up the trailer and now we're on the way down to Droitwich. Is that how you say it? Droitwich? I don't know. We're on the way there, now hour and 25 minute away. I have found a motorbike, which is running, apparently. It's running and driving. It's just like a bit rough, like it's got no fairings and it's got no speedo and the brakes need doing and blah 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 blah, and it's got no MOT and no tax and that kind of shit. So for me, perfect. We're just going to strip it down for parts and just use everything off it. I think when it's a bit lighter, I'm gonna go over what bike it is, what power it's got, and why we've gone for this bike. It was a bit of a tricky situation on what engine to get, but I think I've chose the right one. So I'm gonna go pick it up now. I might film a little bit when it's on the trailer, but I'm gonna give you a better walk around, you know, when it's a bit light and the lighting's not like this. So I'm excited. I've been so excited. I didn't sleep last night because I've been so excited to get it sorted. Today's dragged so much because I've been so excited to just go and get this bike. Yeah, so I'm on the way and I'll let you know when I've got it. Here you go, all loaded up. It looks so sick. Kind of don't want to put it in the Reliant, but we're gonna. So I'm absolutely fuming. I got like an hour away, literally an hour away, and I realised that I've left something off the trailer that I've rented. So I'm like, are you joking? So I've got to go all the way back. I'm knackered, and I've still got to get this off tonight because I need to drop the little trailer off first thing in the morning. So I need to go and get some food, and I'm gonna. Oh, so annoyed. I was like, oh my god, I almost didn't go back. I was like, I'm gonna have to just buy another one. And I was like, wait, it needs to be back tomorrow. Just got back fuming, but the bike's there. We've had a few issues because I've had to strap it down in 3 different ways. I strapped it down the first time and it moved, and I was like, oh my god. So I strapped it down a different way and it moved again. So then I strapped it down a different way and it's been fine. It's been scary as fuck. I've literally been staring in the rearview mirror, but let me go get some food. Good morning, everybody. I actually wanted to bring this video in like a crazy excitement kind of start, and because I have been crazy excited for like the past 2 days. But unfortunately, obviously, it's me, so life likes to shit in its hand and, you know, smack me in the face quite a lot. So today I'm actually starting this with a little bit of excitement, but also a little bit of annoyance, because first of all, you're going to see my happy face right now. We bought a fucking wait, what? We bought a fucking motorbike. Yes. Bad news is it was running when I picked the motorbike up. I bought it because it was rough. It's out of MOT. It's got no tax. Like, it's, you know, all the fairings. You know, cosmetically, it's not. Well, I mean, it looks fucking sick, but cosmetically, it's not really that good of a bike. But I bought it because it's got low miles and it's running. Anyway, I tried to start it last night and it wouldn't start. Just cranking. So I thought, fuck's sake, maybe it's just low on fuel. You know, maybe I've just flooded the engine by trying to crank it, maybe it's caught, all these little things. So I took it out again this morning, jumped it on the Audi because the battery's dead, and again it's just cranking, it's just not starting. Got a full tank of fuel, jumpers on, choke, and nothing. So I kind of wanted to be like, yes, you've got a bike, let's strip it down, let's put the engine in the Reliant, because that's the reason we bought this bike. We're going to put the engine in the Reliant. So I just wanted a bike that had a good engine and stuff. And I actually want to drive it around here and just make sure it goes in gears and stuff, but I can't start it. So annoyingly, I kind of just wanted to start the video on a super high and be like, yeah, we've got a bike, like listen to it, you know, let's take it apart. But now, not only have I got to fix one old shit carburetted engine, now I've got to fix another shit carburetted engine. But not only is this a carburetted engine which I don't really know much about. This is a bike I have no clue about. I don't have a single clue about motorbikes. I kind of know it's a combustion engine, so I kind of know the theory, but it just won't start. The annoying thing is it actually started when I picked it up off the guy, like it started and it ran. But since I've got it at home, it's just not starting at all. It doesn't even want to go. It's really annoying. So the only thing I can put it down to is that when I had it on the trailer, it's been bouncing around and something's been knocked. Like, I don't know, maybe the fuel pump's disconnected or maybe a wire's broke. But it's a carburetted engine, so it ideally doesn't need much. So what we're going to do is we're going to start today stripping it down a little bit and just seeing why it's not running. So first thing is, I don't even know if these are fuel. I've told that these do have a fuel pump, but I've been told they're just gravity fed. I think they do have a fuel pump, and I can't hear that fuel pump turning at the minute. And more annoying, the battery's dead, so that's the thing. I can't even just turn it on and start. I've got to keep pushing it out to the Audi and jump starting it, or I've got to bring a battery out here. But I'm not buying a new bike battery, because I'll be buying a new bike battery to go, oh yeah, it starts, and then okay, well let's take it apart. Never use that bike battery ever again. We're gonna take all the plastics off. And see if we can find a fuel pump and see if it's getting power. Well, actually it's not, because obviously it's got no battery, but you know what I mean. And then worst case, we're going to have to take the fuel tank off, and then do some checks, like check for spark, check for fuel. I mean, that's really the only thing you can do in a car. If it's getting spark, it's getting fuel, then what's wrong? But yes, this is, let's try to end it, let's try to be a bit more positive now. Let's talk about the bike. The bike is a Kawasaki, I don't know much about bikes, a ZX6R. I was looking for a 600 for the bike. Obviously this engine is going in the Reliant Robin. Now I've got a lot of people probably going to be saying, why don't you get 1,000cc, why don't you get 1,000? Because they're like 200 horsepower, right? In a car that's built for 40, it would break everything. It would break all the it'd break the prop shaft, it'd break the diff, it'd just literally break everything. So a 600 isn't too much where it should snap everything straight away, but it's going to be absolutely terrifying. Like, this has got 110 horsepower, okay, and the Reliant's got 40, so we're tripling the horsepower in the Reliant. Now, if you still think it's not fast enough, with this engine in my Reliant, it's going to have a brake horsepower per ton of 260. That's the same as my Jaguar XFR, my 510 horsepower. That's the same power per weight as my 510 horsepower, and it's not that far off a GTR's brake horsepower per ton. So this is going to be enough. So this has got 18,000 miles on the Clockeriniano, 18,000 miles. So it's relatively a low mileage bike. It's had a bit of a rough life, I believe, but the guy did it for a couple of years. I think he was trying to build it up, and then he just gave up, to be fair. I wanted to buy a full bike. I wanted to buy a full running bike so that I know before I touch it, that engine was running and driving. I don't want to just go down and buy an engine, then realise I've not got the wiring loom. I have everything here. So my plan is to get everything in this and just bolt it into the Reliant, and literally as simple as that. And then if we can break some parts and you know, get some money back on the stuff we don't need, like the brakes, tires, the wheels, like it's got some like nice brakes on here, so I reckon we could probably make our money back selling the parts we don't use and the old engine in the Reliant. But as I said, it's annoying because I can't start that project because I don't know if this is a running bike. I can only start putting it into Reliant when I know it's a running bike, so everything's working. So yeah, let's go and get the tools. Let's just see if we can get it running. Right, luckily there's hardly anything holding on all the plastics, so we've got two fillet screws down there. There was one Allen key there. There's a shoelace here. Alright, There we go. Right, and we've got one fairing here, which again is just one bolt holding it on, so we'll take that off and then we should be able to see as much. I'm hoping to get to the spark plugs and stuff, you don't have to take the fuel tank off, but the more I take off, which is that one piece of plastic, I think I'm going to have to take the fuel tank off. Right, so I am going to have to take the fuel tank off to get to the spark plugs, because I'm guessing they're underneath here somewhere, but it does have a fuel pump. So if you come around this side, this is the tank. The tank goes down into this. It's like a fuel switch you put off, on. I think you can cut the fuel reserve. I don't know where the reserve tank is, but you've got reserve, off and on. So that will direct fuel into this valve. Okay, so fuel is on. So fuel comes down here. You have a fuel line here. Sorry if the camera's not the best. A fuel line here, and it goes up, round into a fuel filter, which is there. There's a fuel filter, and then it goes into the pump and then out the pump, and then this line goes up here into the engine. So this is the fuel pump. To get proper access to it, we're going to have to take the fuel tank off, but fuel is going to come pissing out of here, and I've just put a full tank in. So yeah, I need a siphon really. Let me try and siphon this fuel out with a, I think I've got a hose somewhere. Got nothing to create a vacuum, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned horrible way. Oh shit. Fucking horrible. I swallowed way too much fuel than I wanted to then. I just burped and it stunk of fuel. I mean, I'm probably a bit worried. I definitely swallowed more than I wanted. I tried to spit it out. Well, I did spit it out, but I had remnants in, and my mouth just went, nope, I want to swallow. I was like, no, don't swallow the fuel. I just burped and it stunk of fuel, and my stomach felt like it was on fire. I'm probably not going to do that again. I've seen a few people do that, and I must say, oh, it can't be that bad. That was absolutely horrendous. I will not be doing that again. Honestly, that was horrible. Right, I'm checking some bits. Don't you fucking dare start raining. It's not fuel. I've checked power here, the fuel pump. That's good, and I've checked power here. Now watch this when I crank. Fuel, more than enough fuel as well, so it's not fuel related. Right, so next is check the plugs and check the getting sparks. So I believe this is, I can't see, I'm guessing the air filters underneath here, because these are the air intakes, so I'm guessing the air filters under there, and then I'm guessing the like throttle bodies under there, because here are like the carbs, so the valve's going to be underneath there, so I'm guessing the spark plugs are going to have to be under here somewhere. So let's start taking this off. So underneath there is the air filter, and you can see all the individual carbs here, which at one point we will clean as well. Take them off and clean them, but I just want to get it running first, make sure it's running. So I'm trying to pull these things off, and you can see there's like almost glue like here. I don't know what the hell it is. I think it's, oh, I think someone's used duct tape, and it's like the glue off the duct tape, but it's really hard to get these off. I've kind of got to break the glue. Hear it cracking there and stuff. There we go. So these things were a nightmare to get out, and someone has super glued them to the inside of here. Luckily the air filter looks okay and there's no glue in the side, but yeah, someone, you can see it all here, someone's just super glued these into each side. So whoever's done that, shout out to you. So the spark plugs are under this bit. I can see 4 coil leads anyway, so I'm guessing they're under there. So I'm just taking pictures of everything just in case I forget where something goes and I'm putting it back on. Right, so we've got one of the spark plugs out, which was quite hard, just because how tight it is in there, but I'm going to see if we're getting sparks. So I've done this 100 times before. Ground it on the engine and then literally crank it over and see if you're getting sparks. Very weak sparks. Try better ground. Spark plug's fucked.
that spark's not coming out of the tip. It's like shooting out all over the place. It's a shit spark. Like, I reckon we put a new set of plugs in. So I've got 3 of the plugs out and they're all 16mm. I can't get this last one out. It's almost like it's just not got a socket on it, and it's so deep in there I can barely see. But honestly, it's really weird. I've tried a 16, I've tried a 15, a 16. I'm starting to worry that it's not got a fucking socket on it, but I can't feel anything. Like, it's not gripping at all. Like, it's not, I'm not getting any resistance. Like, even if it was a wrong size socket, I'd get some. I'm not getting any resistance whatsoever. So what it looks like to me is that there's a load of dirt or like leaves or something at the bottom of the spark plug tube. And then when I'm putting the socket down, the socket's just sitting on those leaves, and I can't get them out because it's such an awkward position. You really can't get anything down there because they're so deep. It's actually a bit of a bitch. I've not got a blow like an air gun here, or like a, you know, airline. I've not got an airline to blow it out, and my hoover isn't really getting in there either, so I don't really know what to do here. But I'm getting compression on each cylinder, which is good. So I honestly think it's the spark plugs, but I need to get this one out. It's always something, always something. Okay, I've just come back from the shop. I've got 4 new plugs, and I've got a hook set. I couldn't find any long ones. This is also very annoying. Big stores like Tool Station, Scrivets, B&Q, stop stocking things on online only. If you're gonna have to order it online, people are just gonna buy it from eBay or Amazon. Like, I honestly don't get it. If it's on your website, just put it in the store. They might cut, oh, 3 or 4 day delivery. I can get it on Amazon, half the price, next day. Stop doing things online only. It's so annoying. Either don't stock it or stock it in store. Right, and I've also got some compressed air in a can. 11 quid for a bit of air. I've just bought some air for £11. Hopefully, a bit mixture of these, we can get the shit out of the spark plug tube, and then we can put these new plugs in and then see if it runs. And now it's raining. Of course it is. I'm outside working on something. I actually think that spark plug's stuck in the head. I'm actually getting on the spark plug now and I'm turning it. It's just turning and turning and turning. I actually think it's stuck in the thread. Either someone's over tightened it, or I'm not sure, but I actually think it's stuck in the head. I'm not gonna lie. Right, well, you won't believe this, guys. I put the 3 spark plugs in. 3 spark plugs are in. Watch this. Choke. We're running. We have an issue with that spark plug, but I just don't know what's happened with that plug. So I had the fuel switch off, so that's on. It's running a lot smoother now. But I'm still really worried about that plug. It's still got the vacuum lines on and stuff, so it's idling a bit weird and it's chasing a little bit, but so as I've got the vacuum lines pushed in and stuff, it should be fine. I honestly don't know what to do regarding the I don't know what to do regarding that plug, because it's definitely not loosening or tightening. Then we got to take the engine apart. We got to take the engine out anyway. Oh yeah. So what we're probably going to do is when we take the engine out, we'll probably just take the head off and see what's going on there. And at least with the engine out, we'll be able to see exactly what's going on with the spark plug. But for now, she is running. She's very loud. She is running. And don't forget, one of those shit plugs are still in there because I can't get it out. So I'm going to do a little bit more faffing around to see if I can actually get it out of the engine. But it's not looking good. It's really not looking good, to be honest. But for now, I'll update you in the next episode. I love you all, and we'll see you in the next one.